Well, hey there everyone, welcome along from the circuit of the It's the US Grand Prix, and as it has been for the up for grabs to decide the driver's title, and back down again. There'll be no mandatory pit stop. The big tower blocks have risen up into the sky. Who's going to be on song for sprint qualifying here today?
You can see the flag in the foreground straight, and then a very technical section towards practice session, and boom, we go in some time ago. But Oscar Piastri, your world.
Formula's F3 champion, F2 champion, could he be? Then Max Verstappen will take over the championship lead. Automatically it's 4, because George Russell, 99.
One of the golden things you must never do. Never do it.
So you've driven here in an F1 car. Down the pit lane, you can see the cars coming out, and there's mandatory medium tyres. 5, and then we'll go and battle for pole over 8 minutes on the soft call on both occasions.
Yeah, he's been very strong, hasn't he? Didn't do though, of course, is have a big shunt in the sprint. I like the sprint format. Friday, Saturday,
including the Racing Bulls, which looks an all spot. Isaac Hadjar heading down the back straight.
Stay in the garage. Very, very hot conditions. There will be some track evolution. It'll get quicker through. Make it out. So the repairs to his car is repaired and ready to go. And didn't have a good practice, did he, Crofty? Only 18. Stroll and Liam Lawson will be doing well to get out.
All knocked out in SQ1 at the last event.
Qualifying sessions is a massive lock-up. You can't afford to do that. You've only got one.
We can see there's still a bit of a crosswind.
Yeah, so crosswinds really hurt these cars. Bit of a surprisingly uphill, actually, the braking zone. It was much more uphill than I realised driving. The curves right like a banana, and then a Rex on the inside. And this has got enough grip. Now you go really wide through it, close to being all 4 wheels off to the tricky unsighted 19 onto the pit straight. And Hadjar,
Isaac Hadjar, I think that's he will need off the pace, and yeah, around turn 19 is one of a few corners where they've actually widened issues with his car at the end of yesterday, and he now starts his sprint event of the season with Lewis Hamilton.
In turn 2, so is 3. A little bit tighter, downhill now, left, 9, keep it within bounds. This is the everywhere. Thread your Ferrari stream there, and then back onto line.
A few hundredths ahead of Carlos Sainz, Nico Hulkenberg. Fernando Alonso is the one that's setting the first 2 sectors. Lost 4 tenths in the
early on in that lap.
Max Verstappen is going quicker through the first 2 sectors. 10th fastest for him, so he is definitely goes fastest overall by nearly 4 tenths of a second. Exit of turn 1, there's a 15-kilometre.
Goes second. So Leclerc must have had intense to his teammate.
Lando Norris slots his way around Andretti and crosses the line. Tixel and Bortoletto, Gasly and Antonelli at the penultimate corner. Gasly now across the line will be Kimi Antonelli and George Antonelli to extend their time with the team. Pole sitter, of course, for the Miami sprint earlier.
2-2 at the moment, doesn't it? Having sort of dominated.
To them down at their hospitality, that's time out, and that is how wide Gabriel Butz.
You've got to turn in reasonably early to turn, and the curve just makes the car bounce. So
there's Pierre Gasly getting all pointless visits. The points scored since Pierre Gasly joined them in Swanky from Charles Leclerc, but Formula 1 car
forward, but. So he's presumably charging his back that run, Charles Leclerc, down in 16th at the
moment yet, but Leclerc is in that bottom 5 and manage the gap to the car in front. I think Gabriel Bortoletto.
There we saw Lando Norris doing the same thing as Leclerc a little bit, and you get and that smoke's
not a tyre over the white line, Martin. So
the regulations are quite clear, but you're pretty much guaranteed to impede the person behind you.
And he still hasn't come out.
Minute 34 lap.
Yeah, so 146 lap to get to the line in time before the
fastest. 104.
A spot of bother, not to get battery. While we think about that, Alex Albon is right. Tsunoda on the team radio. I'm not sure we're going to make. Tsunoda could find himself in the first sector.
Yeah, he's on. So it's making the best. Now you travel a few more meters, you can carry so wide curb and then sweep to.
In SQ1 last year in Austin, he was Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari driver.
Oh, look at this queue.
And he's going to come up against the fastest. That is not great time. There's the Red Bull, just making it get another lap in.
And Bortoletto, yes, there's.
He didn't. They were waiting so long.
Goes fastest, finishing Max Verstappen. Pops himself between.
Colapinto, who improves as I say that, so only go. Gasly can deny him, and Gasly does out of SQ1, which is disappointment. Fastest. Well, not quite the dramatic, but really does have pace. but they were all tripping.
Long, don't they? They wait so long before you're not perceived as
Well, that is quite mild, I think.
people at home. Well, surely you just block him. What's the difference between that?
And this is the problem. Once he did get out, Liam Lawson on the right-hand side, to get ahead, and Lawson, you know, wants to get track position. If that happens in the race, the sprint or the Grand Prix, brilliant way towards turn 19 too.
Somebody having the end of
This is trying to make a gap. 3 cars. First part of sprint qualifying, for which Gabriel and Behrman join him in the exit. As fans of all ages get ready for the seconds faster than the quickest SQ1 time last year, and
rinse and repeat.
So this fight,
Yeah, trying to get clean air. Yellow messing up your lap.
this is one of them. Give us an explanation as to
Looks like a handful of drivers got it. It didn't look.
after SQ2, and for Oscar Piastri, SQ1 started 16th on the grid, and they're queuing. But this time, Martin, at least they got.
did they get through to SQ3? Of course.
See that Max Verstappen, no messing for him. Waiting, Crofty, he just wants to get on with it. Very wise. He's doing the walk of shame down to the FIA weighbridge, well up there in the top 5. That's a real
Opportunity, and the race director's notes doesn't qualify as getting in the fast lane at the first opportunity.
Turn 1, this is the one that Max Verstappen has chosen, defying 3. We'll keep an eye on that. Hulkenberg.
Series of corners that, but they do all just slow down for Max on the apex of turn 11. See where they've skimmed the racetrack to get rid of the bumps. That's fine. Now you break in a straight line, go super there. You've got to believe the car will stick. Using all of the track, and Max then
Qualifying, you either get out early like Max Verstappen, get biding their time, probably only coming out for the best one here. Piastri through the first sector, only a fraction issue. And don't forget, of course, was when he was driving for Ferrari. Now, of course,
George has just found 1.2 seconds to go.
during practice today, not choosing around about 6/10 off his teammate. We'll wait for Hulkenberg, Hadjar, Lawson and Gasly. Said that's a well done to him. Piastri now on the white line, goes second fastest, 2/10.
Piastri's found, but it's not enough.
Lando Norris has hit the ground running. In the next across the line will be Charles Leclerc in the
Pace, isn't he, in that Ferrari? Charles Leclerc, he's kind of
turn for Lewis Hamilton, who also seems to line there. 2/10 though faster.
that's a huge step. Every time Leclerc comes round, I think, oh, that's a nice looking lap.
And that evidence, and with Hadjar, might find themselves heading out in the Hadjar and Hulkenberg now on the pits. He's the one car that we haven't seen on the track.
Yeah, a couple of tidy times from the Williams. I think there's a few there. Particularly Hulkenberg, he's sort of, isn't he?
Quick question, Martin. 2 minutes 50 on the clock. Will get back out again, or do they feel that they might be?
Carry an extra lap of fuel, refuel in the pit lane. You've got to push it back.
Clock now. We're on board with Liam looking for his first appearance and what is his outlap to his one and only.
Carrying a little bit more fuel, but they're carrying a bit more fuel, but cool.
Starting. He's just come out that with Williams, and whether they can get to the line in time, they obviously feel that they're safe. Liam starting his first flying lap and only for 2 as we continue following Liam Lawson.
Very touch and go, aren't they? As to whether they get
Behind Oscar Piastri at the moment. A bit of a gap to that McLaren in front, and Liam's time. There is Lewis Hamilton right there. The traffic somewhat.
you just
Too wide. The first 2 sectors. Isaac Hadjar down into the bottom 5. So one of the Ferraris fastest, and now pushes Isaac Hadjar, and he's in 7th currently as Lance Stroll crosses the line.
doing a tremendous lap here to play any.
From his teammate. It's Ferrari against Ferrari here. Could he knock Lewis Hamilton out of qualifyingly? It'd be one or the other as Charles Leclerc goes both through, but by the skin of their teeth. And Antonelli's not on a flyer.
They ride again. Oh, it's so close, but they were just the right.
And Hamilton might be the one to suffer, but he found something. Out Hadjar and Antonelli, as I say, by 6/1000.